Hello everybody, welcome back. So for the people on my Telegram chat, they've asked me about why I choose certain pairs to trade bots with and what makes a good bot trading pair. So this is basically a video in response to those questions, and I'll tell you, how I go about choosing them. So first of all, what you want to find is a chart which generally is going to go up, just like in anything, apart from it's going to go up against another cryptocurrency. So rather than going up against Tether, which is what we all generally tend to look at, or going up against the dollar, we're looking about how things go up against its base currency, which is on Binance. We have a few options. We've mainly got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, and stable coins. They're our base currencies. That's what the bot will accumulate as bot profit. So in a bull market like what we're in right now, the best thing to do is to accumulate more cryptocurrency. You can always accumulate more Tether if you want, that's fine, because you can spend that Tether wherever you want, that's fine. But in my opinion, I would prefer to accumulate more Binance Coin, or more Ethereum, or more Bitcoin. But the trick is with this is that you've got to find a chart which is stronger than those. And recently, a little bit of a problem that we've had recently, is that those base pairs have actually been very strong themselves. So it makes it a little bit more tricky to trade those charts. So some of us, including myself, have made some, I suppose, bad bots. But still, the majority of the ones that we choose are okay. And the way that we do that is that we look at the base pair itself and to see if the chart is going sideways and up. That's all we've got to do. We've got to make sure that it's going sideways and up on a reasonable time frame, and then we can do a little bit of analysis on that coin before we start, and also do some analysis on the base pair, because we also need to know where the base pair is going. If the base pair looks like it's going to have a breakout, if we think Bitcoin's going to have a breakout, or Ethereum's going to have a breakout and rally 20% or more, and the coin that we're going to choose isn't going to do that, that's going to impact the chart itself, and this is the chart that will be traded by the bot. So if Bitcoin or any of the base pairs rally harder than the currency that you're looking to trade with the bot, then the chart goes down. And even though the bot will make money going up and down, it generally wants to go up and down, but up. So we want the chart to go down, because to an extent, because we want to fill those orders. The bot will be buying it on the way down, but it also needs to go up in order to sell it. So we need volatility. So this is one token that I do trade with the bot, and the reason for that is because it's basically sideways and up. Now this is a daily chart, so we'll go to, so I've only had this going for a couple of weeks, so we'll go to a 4-hourly, and I'll show you what I mean. So 4-hourly, I set this up some point in December. I've not had it very long. Maybe I set it up around here, but I was looking for sideways and up movement. Now I've charted Holochain anyway, and I have a very strong feeling that at some point this month it's going to go massive. It's going to go up a lot. So I felt like sideways and up is most likely going to happen with this bot. So if we see here, we've got sideways and up, generally up and then down. So it's a big up and a big back down, and then a big back up again. That would be a good bot, in my opinion, and it has proven to be a good bot itself. I'll show you my biggest mistake, which is Ocean to BNB. No, it's okay at the moment, but when I set it up, it wasn't okay. I set it up around here, and it's just gone down. So it's going to be okay, inevitably, but for the moment, it's not okay because I started it in the wrong place, and now I have to wait for it to come back up to here for it to make any money. So sideways and up is the best. So actually looking at Ocean now, Ocean against BNB, I actually think would be a good one to set up, because Ocean will likely go up from this zone. If you can see here, this is a 12-hourly chart. We've kind of had a double bottom zone, so it's very likely that it's going to go up, sideways and up. I hope this kind of makes sense to you. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how this bot works for those who don't really know. So this is the grid structure. Okay, on this we will probably want maybe about 35 grids. Okay, when we start the bot, it's separated. The greens are going to be the buys. It will be buying on the way down, and the reds will be the sells. It's partitioned automatically from the point that you start the bot. Now if we go all the way up and out, all the way out of here, if we have trailing up set on, then it will trail up. The grids will be created as this goes up. There will be more grids added, so it doesn't just stop here, it will continue. But if it goes all the way down and below the lower limit, there's no more buying going on. It's just going to continue to go down, and essentially at that point what you've done is you've spent all your BNB on Ocean and aren't able to sell them until the price picks back up again, which is unfortunately what's happened to one of my bots. Now, when we start this, I don't think I can start this, this is just a demo account here that I'm on here, but if we were to start this, what would happen is that you'd automatically buy half and half. You'd spend 50% of your BNB on Ocean. That way, if it went up, you'd be able to sell the Ocean on the way up, and if it went back down, you'd be able to buy more Ocean with the rest of the BNB that you've got. So, in order for this to work, it needs to go up and down, because we want to have buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells. And what it'll be doing during that period while it's buying and selling is basically accumulating new extra profit. It's called the bot profit, and the bot profit is kept separate in your account. So it's just, it all goes in there as profit. It adds to your overall portfolio size, but it will only be in the base currency. So for me, that would be BNB. So after, let's just say after 2 weeks, I would imagine that I would have accumulated good between 20 to 50%, I would say, given what I'm expecting to take place with Ocean, bot profit, which means if I started this with 100 BNB, I'd have maybe 50 BNB this point in 2 or 3 weeks. So I would end up with 50 extra BNB that I didn't have 2 weeks prior. That's the point of the bot. That's what the bot is doing for you. You could do a spot trade on Ocean and watch the chart go up, and you could do really well out of it if you sold the top. But if you're not able to find the top or spot the top and it just goes back down again, this is where bots can be really good. They can make the opportunity for every single little wiggle on the chart, so they buy and sell. You don't need to worry about where the bottom is or where the top is. You just need to have a rough idea and allow your grids to trade within that rough idea of where it's going to be. Like I say, the upper limit can be, it doesn't need to be that high. You can have trading up and it'll go up. The lower limit is I suppose the more important one. So I hope that makes sense to you. So this would be a good one. But one thing you can do is you can have a look at the monthly back-tested results. Okay, so these are the back-tested. These are the top performers of last month. So if you would have traded XRP down to USDT, you'd be close to 200% in profit. So that would be 200% extra. If you started, let's just say, XRP down with $1,000, you started that bot a month ago, you would have close to $3,000 now of profit with using that bot. That's what that means. That means that in the last month it has made that much bot profit. So you started with 1,000. You'd still have that bot trading up and down with the original 1,000, but you'd have 191% extra profit on top of that, ready for you to spend however you want, whenever you want. That's what the bot has accumulated in the form of tether. If we look at this example here, the INJ to BTC, if you started that with $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, because that's what this base pair is, this is a Bitcoin, you would have accumulated, you would have doubled your amount of Bitcoin basically in the form of bot profit. You started with $1,000 of Bitcoin, you would have now $2,000 of Bitcoin, or obviously more than that because Bitcoin's gone up during the last month. So you can see how I would prefer to, and this is always my preference, I would always have a preference over Tether in a bull market, and so I prefer to use crypto base pairs, but they can be a little deadly. So let's have a little look at what happened here. Why has this one been so good? Well, that's because it went sideways and up, isn't it? And also we can see that this is a very large trading range. So if we set the bot up, let's just say we set the bot up here, just as an example, and the top of the range is all up here, that's a 200% range, right? That's a very big range. This is massively volatile. So remember, we're selling on the way up and buying on the way down. Selling, buying. This would have been a bit scary because we would have been below the limit, so there'd be no buying and no selling during these periods. But then when we come back into the range, we'll be selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, and now you can see why this one has been so good. Because if we look at just this little bit here, that was a 52% way up, where we would have been selling all the way up. And if we look at how it fell back down again, 39% on the way down, where we'll be buying it back, which is fine because we sell it all the way back up here to another 86% move all the way up. And look, it's still going on. We'd be buying it all the way back down here. Another 51% or 50% retracement, where all the bot would be doing was be buying it, and you know, it's obviously buying and selling all the way up. But look at these wicks. I mean, there'll be buys and sells all over the place, and then selling on the way up. That's why this bot, if you had done it, ended up being, you know, one of the best of last month's performers. You know, over 100%, 125% bot profit. So that's how it works, and this is the sort of thing you need to look at to work out, you know, what it is that makes a good bot pairing. So I imagine that I'm probably just rambling on a little bit, and I suppose it's no different to trading any chart on Binance doing spot or trading margin trading. You want your token to go up. You want to trade a chart which is going to go up. But the problem you'll always have if you're trading with you know, against these base pairs, especially recently where they've all been very strong, is that you need to make sure that they are not stronger than the actual than the currency that you're looking to trade it against. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to upload this video for you now, and I don't imagine many people will watch it, but it is mainly for the guys and girls on my Telegram chat. So I hope that was useful for you, and if you have any questions, just leave comments, or obviously you're in my Telegram, so you can leave me messages. Take it easy.